rise and shine.
If you let me, let's catch a flight, change the weather, and I promise forever.
If this is your first time on my page, thank you, welcome. If you're returning, thank you. Thank you, it means the world, really means the world. Today I figured let's sit down and let's chat. There's not like a ton of stuff that I want to talk about, but there's some stuff that I want to talk about. And I didn't want to just sit and talk. I figured, you know, let's do a little walk and talk situation. So we have the makeup case. Makeup case is from Walmart. And she's real fancy schmancy, if you ask me, okay? But I figured let's put some makeup on and let's talk about life. Where are we in life? How are we feeling about it? Are we happy with what's going on? You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I didn't write any notes. I have no list. We're gonna see where the wind takes me. Anywho, today's makeup look is my everyday makeup look. I'm gonna use some products I haven't used in a while, but we're gonna try to achieve the same look. Now, for my primer, I always go in with the liquid poreless. So that's what we're gonna go in with. If it's not this, it's the Power Grip. These are the two primers that I really, really like. All right, for starters, how are we doing? How is Amara doing? I have definitely had better days. I've had better days. I've had better weeks. I've had better. Now, in the grand scheme of things, like looking back on my life this time last year and the year before and yada yada yada, there are definitely some things that are a lot better. Like when you look at it on that scale, there are things that I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm experiencing this in this moment. I never thought that I'd be here in this moment. And then there's other things where it's like, wow, I really wish that this was not something that we had to go through in this moment, but here we are. So some of those things. Right now I am a part-time student because I am a full-time employee. I tried to be a full-time student, guys. I really did. But I'm still working at the kinks with the mental. Okay, and we'll get into that in a second. So I could not commit to being a full-time student. And I really got on myself about that because I was like, why can't you just take 4 classes? Excuse me. But then I had to remember what I was asking of myself, and taking 4 classes, committing to 4 classes, excelling in 4 classes, excelling at my job, excelling at this, excelling, like, it's a lot. And I had to make adjustments where adjustments were needed, and so now I'm only taking 1 class at a time. Mind you, they're accelerated programs. I'm scared to try this foundation. I think I'm gonna regret this. This is the One Size 10 at the Base BB cream. I am scared because I feel like it's not my shade yet. It looks really red. And the girls were clowning me in the YouTube comments, talking about, girl, that's not your foundation shade, that's not your foundation shade. Mind you, I'm in the bathroom. Lights are orange, okay? And everybody knows sometimes on camera, your stuff is not going to pick up how it's supposed to. The girls were eating me up. So watch, this for y'all. Okay? This is a darker foundation. This is what I normally use. This is the Lancome foundation. I normally go in with the shade 450. You see that? I see the difference? 450, one size. I'm about to look insane. Right? This is for you guys. Okay. Anyway, I could not commit to a full schedule. You guys. You guys. It's okay. We'll fix it with concealer. We'll fix it with concealer. I couldn't commit to a full schedule. So that got me really down, okay? Then I am kind of in this headspace where I'm really learning how to work with my brain instead of against it. Because I have this situation. I am not a doctor, okay? But I'm noticing that around, you know, around my period, before my period, like, look how orange I look. I can't even take myself seriously. I can't talk until I fix this. I can't, because this, you guys swore your foundation is too yellow. Now look. Okay, so this is not my color. Maybe once we hit summertime, but today it's not my color. I'm gonna go with the one size concealer, and we are gonna pile this on so we can really tone down some of that red in my skin right now, because this is absurd. This is absurd. Like, hold on, I really want to see what I look like. I'm scared. Anyway, what was I saying? We're going with brows. But yeah, I'm trying to work with my brain instead of against it. So around my period, like, I find myself to be in this very negative headspace. I'm not even gonna say sad, because I'm not like crying, or like, I'm not necessarily sad, but I get into this very negative headspace where I find myself to really talk down on situations that I'm in, good or bad. Things that maybe the week before I was so excited to be doing YouTube and to be doing school and yada yada yada, or I was really thrilled or grateful for the job that I have. I find myself talking just down on those situations, just speaking very negatively about whatever I have going on. And I've noticed it be a trend. I really noticed it at like the tail end of last year. So what I'm trying to do is really just, unfortunately, let myself feel the feelings, but take note of when am I feeling these feelings. So I find I get, like, I want to say a couple days before I get my period, I am the most busiest and productive bee you will ever meet, okay? I am doing things left and right. I am crushing routines. I am so productive, bouncing off the walls, okay? I feel like a regular functioning human being, okay? And I'm unstoppable. Like, I could do anything and everything. Work is great, everything's great, life is fantastic, you know? Like, what else, what is there to even complain about, right? Then I get my period, and when I'm on my period, my biggest issues are that I'm just very, very tired. Like, the fatigue is unreal, and I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm bloated, you know, those types of things. And then after my period, I find that that's when everything goes wrong, okay? Like, after my period, I'm supposed to be on cloud 9, because you know, we're supposed to be ovulating, and that's supposed to be when we're kind of at our peak. But I find it to be the opposite. I find that once I get to that phase in the cycle, I'm done, okay? I am so sad and I'm so negative and I'm so angry. Like I feel rage like I've never felt rage before. And it's frightening. It is frightening because I'm also very impulsive and I don't want to get to a point where it's like, oh, just quit my job. Excuse me, girl. I find that I no longer care about things. That's when I, stop turning in homework assignments. Hold on. Right now we are carving out the brows with my foundation shade. I find that I fall behind on homework and I'm not going to the gym. I'm not sticking to routines. I'm just a shell of a being for like 3 weeks. And then I have 4 days of high productivity, get my period, and we do the cycle again. So that is really the hardest part right now. It makes me feel insane. It makes me feel crazy. And I am trying to learn how to work with it. So by that, I'm taking note of, okay, if I know that next week we are not going to get anything done, I have to double up today. And use the energy that I have today so that because that's another part of it. So if this is all over the place, but that's another part of it, is that part of that anger and rage comes from a space of feeling like I know that I can do these things, but somehow I am physically incapable. Mentally, I am stuck and cannot do these things. And it becomes this very, very, very vicious cycle of me getting mad at myself for not doing things that I've already proven I could do. So that's kind of where we're at. That's all right with that. But we're working on it. We're doing what we can. Doing my best. I have made some slight progress. This unfortunately is a lifelong thing. I'm not gonna go as far as diagnosing myself. What is it called? PMDD, which stands for premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I am not gonna go as far as to say that that's something that I'm dealing with or that I have, but if somebody were to tell me this is what you have, I would say you're right. So take that how you will, but that's kind of where we're at. That's something that I'm dealing with. So that's why I don't know. We're working on it. We're working on it. Now it's time to blend the concealer. I blend my concealer one eye at a time. Okay. So we're going to blend this eye. Like this. Blend, blend, blend. And then I'm going to go in with Maybelline Fit Me, Pressed Powder, and Golden Caramel Powder Puff. And we're going to set under the eye. This helps just lock her in place. Okay? I find that this is what gives that brightening. You feel me? You seeing me? So if that's what you're looking for, pressed powder. You're looking for a pressed powder. I'm also using the e.l.f. Powder puff. Wow, now I have a full beat and I have nowhere to go. Anyway, so yeah, that's one thing that we're dealing with. Another thing that we're dealing with is, I was gonna make this its own video, but I don't really think I have that much to say about it to be its own video, so we're gonna put it here. Being the only single friend. Now, I have self-branded myself as the girl that does everything for the plot, okay? And it definitely has its pros and it has its cons, okay? I'm using the One Size pressed powder or loose powder, sorry, in the shade Sweet Honey. And we're gonna set that on top. But I am in the cons era of being the single friend and doing everything for the plot. And the reason why I say I'm in the cons era is because when you do everything for the plot, people automatically assume that you are, I look really crazy, but people automatically assume that you are, not that you have no morals, because I definitely have morals, but that you know, you're always down for a good time, you're willing to do anything and everything, which, yes, but I don't want to do anything and everything anymore. And it's kind of making me not boring, but boring. And the reason why I tag that on to being the only single friend is when you're the only single friend and you've branded yourself as somebody who does everything for the plot, which they didn't do that, I did that. But people want to live vicariously through you, right? They love to hear about your situations with boys and your one and dones with boys and the horrible dates you go on and the terrible messages you receive. Like, they find it entertaining, and I get it. I too, to some degree, found it entertaining. It's why I shared the story. But now it's not entertaining anymore. It's almost, I'm not gonna say sad, because sad is a bit dramatic, but now it's like, okay. Okay, cut the cameras. Like, I'm ready to find, not the love of my life, that's so extreme, but I would like everybody to understand that also living this life can be lonely. Not that I ever feel lonely, but like it can be. The grass is greener on the other side, right? Because there are definitely people I know in relationships that if their relationship was the only option for me to not be single, they could keep it. I don't want none of them people's relationships. I don't want them. Y'all can have them. Y'all can keep it. I might as well just be by myself. But I say all that to say, being the only single friend can be kind of tiresome, and it can be frustrating when your sad stories are used for entertainment. But again, they only know those sad stories because I told them. So, you know, I'm just becoming more private with the things that I want to share with people, because I feel like there are certain things that I don't want to talk about, the monitoring spirits, because that's so funny, but not everybody needs to know everything, and there are certain things that I just want to keep to myself, so I don't have to tell them everything that goes on in my dating life, you know. Now, if I know that there's no chance with a man, I share the story because there's no chance. So I share it because it's like, can you believe what this man did? But if I actually do have, I'm learning, if I do have some sort of hope for a situation, I'm going to keep it more private this time around than making it so public. If I actually see myself being with him. If I don't see myself being with him, then we can talk about it all day. But if I'm kind of, and not private, like if he start beating on me and choking me out, I'm not gonna tell nobody, not that, but like I want to form my own opinion and really see where this goes without people telling me you should do this or you should do this, or when I was with so-and-so, or when I was getting with so-and-so. Let me do it myself. Anyway, we're gonna wipe this bake off with this little rounded brush. Just like that. We're going in with the ColourPop bronzer in Pacific Beach. Throw that on the cheekbones. Kind of scared, but and the e.l.f. blush in bright pink. I love these bubblegum pink blushes. Love them. They're so cutesy. We'll go in with mascara. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. That name is so childish, but whatever. I'm going to go in with this NYX matte lip liner in Club Hopper. It's about to break. This is Milani in Teddy Bear. Perfect. Well, with 25 seconds to spare. That's the look. To be honest, like I said, I couldn't see at all, so I don't really know what you guys saw, if you even saw anything. But yeah, those were a couple things that have been kind of weighing on me, and not in like a super negative way, not in a way where I will never figure it out, I will never get through it, but in a way where it's an inconvenience, and I wanted to share to add some transparency as to why. I always say, like, you know, if I disappear, it's because I got things going on, and like those are things that are going on. So I wanted to just add some transparency and just be honest about the fact that yes, I seem very jolly and chipper on camera, because I am, but also because I only pull the camera out when I'm jolly and chipper, and I may really only be jolly and chipper for a handful of days out of the month, which seems crazy when you put it to that scale, but that's the truth of it. If you feel as though you can relate to either topic that I talked about, sending thoughts and sending so many prayers and sending so many kisses and so much love, because I know it is tough. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you made it this far, then that means the world to me. Thank you. But with that being said, that was fun. That's the tweet. And with that, I will see you when I see you.